Hey everybody, Ryan here coming at you with a quick video. I have some things I need to get off my chest. First and foremost, Close Encounters of the Third Kind is a film by Steven Spielberg that I revisit every 3 years or so. I love so much about it. The first 45 minutes and the last 40 minutes is some of the best in cinema. Love it. Great soundtrack, great performances. But there's something about it that always leaves me feeling a little bit inside. That keeps me from loving the entire thing or thinking that it's like a 5 out of 5. Maybe it's just me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. But it's always rubbed me the wrong way how what's his name, Roy, played by Richard Dreyfuss. One, his family leaves him. Okay, he kind of loses it. They're worried. I understand that. But he kind of ends up having like an emotional kind of affair with this other woman, played by Melinda Dillon. They kiss. You know, he's married and has kids. They kiss. I know they've connected over this drastic event in their lives, traumatic in some ways event. Well, traumatic because like literally her son was taken. And then he just gets on the UFO and goes away and leaves his family behind. Now, as a whole, the movie's great. But what keeps it from being a stone cold masterpiece, in my opinion, is those things that just leave me feeling like it's kind of weird. That now I have seen a lot of things online. Some people have said, well, you know, you could tell that he's not really in a happy marriage. And I'm like, well, we don't really know that. We've only seen their marriage through that situation, that, you know, the UFO stuff. I mean, when we see them at the beginning, he's teaching his kid about fractions and just a regular household of kids going crazy and, you know, parents just being parents. And some people are saying, oh, well, he really wasn't into that marriage and he actually found somebody that he connected with about life. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure he felt that way about his wife because he was very upset when she left with the kids. And they love each other. And then randomly he's having an emotional affair later in the movie, reaches in for a kiss with this woman, then leaves her. Well, she chooses to stay there, but leaves her, gets on the ship and goes away. I don't know, it just felt kind of weird to me. If the kiss thing hadn't happened, I kind of like would have assumed, and I would have been okay, and I would have assumed maybe he just came back, just like Barry came back. But like, what if he doesn't come back for like 30 years, like the pilots and stuff? He willingly left his children and his wife, who at that point don't know anything about what's going on with him. They left. They don't know that he left the house. Well, when they show up there and he's not there, they'll definitely get the idea. But yeah, I've always wanted to say this stuff and get it off my chest. Now, I still rewatch the movie, and it's still, like I said, a really good movie to me. I mean, on Letterboxd, I give it 4.5 out of 5. But what makes it not a 5 is those couple things for me. And like I said, I'd be willing, a little bit more forgiving if he didn't actually have that little emotional affair with that woman. And then I'd be like, okay, well, maybe he's just going to be gone for a little bit. And he's going to it's a story about a man who finds out what he was, what he was obsessing over, and then lives that out by getting on the ship and going. But that's why I don't love Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I love aspects about it. There's a lot that I love about it. Some of the sequences are just mind-blowing. I would have loved to have seen like a reconciliation with him and his wife. Maybe like, I don't know, something. But I don't expect everything to be a happy ending. But cause I mean, a lot of movies that I like do not have happy endings. But I don't know. This had like a really joyful quality about it. He kind of turns back into a child, and he's like trying to see like what this is all about. That same childlike urge that kids have about seeking out answers to things. And then he just kisses that woman and then gets on a ship and goes. Now there's some kids out there without a dad. Well, he didn't leave your mom for a random UFO woman. Well, he did it first in some ways. But it's actually worse now. He's not even around. He is in space. And we don't know how long he's going to be gone. Obviously, most of this was done kind of tongue-in-cheek. I really, really, really like this film. Obviously, I've watched it like my whole life. But I just wanted to point out a couple of things that keep it from being perfect, in my opinion, and why I don't really love it like I want to. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. What do you think down below? Let me know.